Diane in Denmark here. Hooray! The start of a new week, which means, as usual, a new Flylady Zone for us to work in. We're only going to be here for 15 minutes, so don't worry. We're just going to take it nice and easy. If you want to work along with me in the kitchen, you can do that. If you want to work in another area of your house, that's fine. Just remember that we've got a few ground rules. Make sure that your morning routine or your evening routine is done. My morning routine is done. I've just emptied the dishwasher, bada boom. And make sure that you are dressed to shoes. And if you are going to declutter for more than the 15 minutes that I am holding your hand and walking you through it, will you please make sure that you take breaks, because I love seeing you posting on Instagram, and it's great that you're, doing the decluttering, but you must remember to take the breaks. That is the key, and that's why the Flylady system works, because we are not decluttering the whole kitchen in one day. Well, I mean, you can do it in one day, but you should work, if possible, work for 15 minutes and then, put away and give away, throw away, whatever. And then you can do a bit more, but you must take breaks, at least every time you've worked for 45 minutes, please make sure you take a break. Get the kettle on, get your feet up just for 15 minutes, because then you are kind of, okay, I've got this and I'm not burning out and I'm not getting too tired. Anyway, I'm going to be decluttering in here. You do what you like. And remember, I will be doing a bit of detailed cleaning in this area later on this week. But if you're a new fly baby, just stick to the decluttering and your weekly home blessing. Don't worry about, detailed cleaning, because that your time will come. Do not worry, your time will come. So I'm going to be decluttering here, and I'm going to start with the, I've got these drawers right down at the bottom. So let me just grab somewhere so you can watch me. All right, so just hold on. Right, here we are, down to brass tacks. This is my drawer where I keep baking paper, cling wrap, aluminium foil, and also our Danish special paper for wrapping packed lunches. But as you can see, once you've got something decluttered, there's actually nothing for me to get rid of here apart from a little piece of lunch paper. And in here I just keep, plastic bands and extra pegs, things like that. I might put it into a nicer little box, but you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect, and it works right now. So actually that one is fine. So I'll move on to the next one. Just hold on, I'll stop you again. Okay, this is where we keep our crisps. And last month it was a bit messy, but I can see it's fine. There are a few crisps that have fallen down at the back. Those I'm going to get because I'm going to be doing detailed vacuuming in here, and it's easy for me just to vacuum up. So there's actually, yay, people have actually used clips when they open things. Oh, actually, I can see a few nuts have fallen out of those. Those can go in the bin. Let's get that quick back out. And as I said, I'll detail vacuum this later. I don't want to be vacuuming now because I need to stop filming every 10 seconds. Right, but that is basically okay. Yay! And biscuits are in here, another biscuit. Okay, so that is just going to need a vacuum. And somebody was asking about my drawers, not my underpants, not my bloomers, my drawers. Okay, and here we have cutlery, and that's looking pretty good as well, and I always give that a little detail vacuum. In here we have plates, bada boom, and down here I have my dishes, for baking, cooking. Right, moving on to the next one. Oh, and this one is, I can show you, Up here are all different kitchen utensils. I put this thing in from IKEA. It's not great, but I'm going to organise this in, I'm going to probably use some other type of dividers, but it works just now. It works fine. Okay, glasses and mugs. There's actually nothing to go. You've all seen my collection of mugs before, bazinga. And actually there's nothing to be to go out from here. That's just all small dishes and my measuring jugs and accessories for the Instant Pot. Right, that's everything there. Okay, and you've just seen that one, which was the crisps and chips. Next one is the dishwasher. There's nothing underneath that because that's a dummy drawer. So let me pull you along to the next one. Right, and in here we have all our packed lunch supplies. I'm just going to put these water bottles back together. Flylady water bottles. And Danish kids take water to school. Well, most of the schools have, you know, water fountains. They don't take juice. It's water. I mean, a water bottle contains water. And I've got some extra bottles in here that my daughter likes. Remember this one from Japan? Right, and this water bottle, actually I think I'm going to get rid of that one. See, okay, those can be kept. Those are kind of weird ones. This is also a kind of bento box. Yeah, and the other two packed lunch boxes are at school today, of course. Okay, so that's all right. And this is things for making. Oh, that can go in the bin. You know, funny eggs, shaped eggs, and if they need, you know, plastic cutlery for their packed lunch, or weird Japanese stuff that we got. So anyway, that all gets kept in there, keeps it all together. But actually, two items. This really old water bottle, it's pretty grotty. That's going to go in plastic recycling, and I'll just show you that now. Come on up. Here we have, this is what I have underneath my sink, and that is recycling. Hold on, I'll show you what's in there. Nutella jar, so that's glass and plastic. And I empty this recycling thing once a day. That's a plastic water bottle recycling, and then the little bit of plastic from that card thing, and that just goes in the general trash. And in here I have, you can see I have things for the dishwasher tabs, and rubbish bags. I have my cleaning products, you've seen those before, boom boom, and the bin. Now this gets quite grotty, but it is kitchen week, and I'm going to put all the lids from these can all go in the dishwasher when I run the dishwasher with citric acid. And it's really quite easy to lift these out, and I just give it a really good vacuum and then a wipe down, so that keeps that looking kind of nice and clean. But anyway, I'm not stopping to clean right now, I am only decluttering, so let's get on, and I'll move you on to the next part. Right, next one is herb drawer, herbs and spices. Here I have my baking supplies, and it looks a bit of a mess, but I know where everything is. And I don't think there is anything that needs to go out there. It's just, you know, breadcrumbs and my flour, sugar, my bags of yeast. You know, we love making those rolls that only take 15 minutes. So I've got plenty of yeast because that keeps for ages. So I always like to have loads of those on hand. And then pots and pans go down there. I don't have many of them because well, I mean, how many pots and pans do you need on a day-to-day basis? Okay, and then I'm going to move along to the next one. Let's see if I can, I'll tell you what, I'll just hold the camera. Sorry, it's a bit annoying today, but there we are. This was a drawer that I cleaned out last month, you may remember. And actually that looks all right, everything, oh, okay, there's one thing that should be in a packet. In a packet, and the chocolate is all right, and that's where the what do you call it, the toaster now lives. Let's see if I can put that back. There we are. Okay, but nothing else. Oh, disastrous filming today, but hey ho, we're all in this together. Okay, I'm going to move over to the other side because I really want to do some of the things which are underneath the bench here, and I've got some boxes so I may be able to reorganize my stuff. So let's go over there. Well, hello, you haven't seen this angle of the kitchen before, have you? Okay, here we have, this is underneath the kitchen bench where you'll see that, you know, the kids sit when we're having dinner, or my daughter sits. Now underneath they are just actually kitchen units, so it looks like a built-in bench, but it's actually storage space because, you know, there's not a lot of storage in my Scandinavian kitchen. So I just pull out the top one is where I keep all my canned goods, and this is actually looking all right, but I'm just going to give it a quick look around. Hold on, that's not meant to be there, that's meant to be, falafel is meant to be downstairs on the next one. Okay, and here I keep all my, you know, like pasta sauce, coconut milk, taco sauce, all the jars, these just lie flat. And by having them here, they lie flat, I can see them, and you will notice that I don't have like 300 tins of things, but I used to do that before. I know what, we ended up not using the food, and then, so now, you know, I've got my meal plan and I make it once a week, and we basically eat what we have available. But that's haggis, you know, I'm Scottish, I like to make haggis pie occasionally. Which is just haggis, and I just put it in a dish and heat it up and top it with mashed potato, kind of like a shepherd's pie. Right, and these are great as well. This is duck rillettes. That's like little pieces of duck in fat, duck fat, yum yum. And what I do with that is make like a hash, a luxury hash, which is chopped, you know, I've got leftover potatoes, onions, leeks, I fry it all up, and then when it's nice and warm, I add this jar of rillettes de canard, duck rillette, and serve that up with a fried egg and beetroot. Delicious. Okay, here's a very Danish thing, makrelguf, that's mackerel and tomato, and the rest are just cans of condensed milk, which I use for baking sometimes. Okay, those can stay. Right, so, oh, and I've got some rabbit patty. Oh, yeah. Some French things that we bought when we were on holiday. Right, and kippers, very Danish. And sardines. My dad loved his sardines and kippers. I used to keep those for him. I occasionally eat them now. Right, so actually, there's not much to do in here. There's nothing that needs to go out. There we go. Duk duk. And there's plenty of space for more. Okay, down to the next shelf. I'll tell you what, we'll put these taco shells together with the taco sauce. That makes more sense to have those up there. And down here, the next one, I have extra supplies of things like beetroot. We love beetroot in this family. Also in Denmark, the Danes eat tons of pickled beetroot. And in the one down below, I have, you know, noodles and all my kind of dry goods. I've got rice, I've got noodles, more rice. Mashed potato, red lentils, all those type of things. So actually in here it's looking all right too. I'm just kind of tidying it up a bit. I can't see anything, woohoo, go me, that needs to go out. That's couscous and spaghetti. And I have them, I'll just show you, I have them just in plastic boxes. So that way I can keep spaghetti. I've got my spaghetti and I've got my rice and lentils, and then I can see at a glance when we're running low. So that's all right. Yay! Okay, so that one's done. Down to the next one on the very bottom, and on the very bottom down here, it's a bit difficult to see, is extra supplies of breakfast. And oh, here's a funny thing. The Swedes, they love hot fruit soup, and they have a lot of it. I think I've showed you before, we have rosehip soup that I bought in Sweden, and these are, you know, cup of soups that you have, you know, for your lunch, you know, like mushroom cup of soup. Well, or my favourite, tomato, the Swedes have these fruit ones. So this one is, what does it say? This, oh, it just says fruit. It's apple and peach. And this one is blueberry and raspberry. So kind of weird soup to have with your lunch, but I'm really quite into it now. So there we go. So that's just where I keep those supplies. And there's nothing to do there apart from, go me, 2 bits of paper that have come off a box. So that is all that's, and oh yeah, I'm going to keep that down here from now on. I'm going to keep that with my rice and things like that, the falafel mix. Okay, and listen, it's 16 minutes now. You know, just go through your kitchen, do what you can. Just do 15 minutes. I hardly found, and I found like 3 things to chuck out today. But, you know, go me, because every time I declutter in this area, I see what I've got, and by constantly, you know, going back into the zone, it stops you from messing it up again. It's a really good way, you know, we really police ourselves. And as I said, now that I make my meal plan, I'm not buying too much food that doesn't get eaten. I can see in my drawers, you know, what we have, and I can base my meals on what we actually have in stock, instead of, you know, all this stockpiling of stuff. I used to keep extra food down in the basement, and that really did not work for me, because in the end I was just throwing it out, you know. And why are we stockpiling this stuff? I mean, I've got 4 supermarkets just down the road, and you've seen that, you know, when I'm on my bike and every day, I can just stop off and buy stuff. So, you know, let's not stockpile, unless of course you're living out in the sticks, or you're in a place where your electricity can be cut off. But, you know, if you're like us, you know, keep it balanced. Right, anyway, I am on to, and I want to hoover in here. I want to do my vacuuming now. I've seen the cupboards, and I shall see you very soon. So Diane in Denmark, catch you later.